Hello Airsoft friends, and welcome to this special video today where it's like another podcast. It's kind of a podcast, but it's not officially live, so it's not really a podcast, but it is. It's like an interview slash chat. And you guys love the Mustang one so much that we've decided to do some more. And today we have a very special guest. We have Airsoft Madness with us today. Hello, sir. How are you?
Yeah, I'm not bad. Yourself?
Yeah, well, not too shabby. I mean, when the day that we're recording this is the day after the news that we got from old Boris about there being an extended lockdown or like another hard lockdown in the UK. So it's a bit of a trying time, but all in all, I'd say that I'm feeling pretty positive. Not in that way, but you know, positive as in happy and like it's gonna be okay. How about you, dude?
Yeah, it's a pain. It's a pain that they've locked down again, but we'll see how it goes. Hope we can get back to airsoft soon.
Exactly, yeah. I mean, like we were talking a little bit before we went live of like why we want to get out so much. Like I've got new guns. I've got a gun arriving tomorrow. You've got guns that you've got sat there. I think it's been really bad for airsofters because we find it difficult not to buy riffs at the best of times, and with it being in lockdown, we've got nothing to do apart from buy them, and now we can't go out and use them. So it's like proper pain. What riffs have you got just sat there waiting to go out in the field with?
I've got my SSG 60. What is it? SSG 69. It's this thing. It's just from ASG.
Oh, okay.
So, well, it had a little grub screw in the nozzle, but it was running 280 feet per second. But I took that out, and now it's shooting 480.
Oh.
So it'd be interesting to actually get that out in the field. See how it runs.
Mate, I can't wait. I'm so sad that you live so far away because I'm like southeast London and you're like way up there, aren't you? You're like super north.
Yeah, I'm near Blackpool.
Oh, blimey. I mean, one day it'll happen. I mean, to be fair, a few weeks ago, I ended up near Sheffield to play at a site. So I feel like I'm probably going to start travel. Well, when we're allowed to, I'm probably going to be all over the place traveling around. So I'm not actually too. I don't think it's going to be a long time until we actually get to play airsoft. So I'm confident in that fact. I think it's going to be good times, man.
Oh yeah.
So we'll give people, hopefully people watching here will know my background and who I am and what I do. But for those of you who may not be familiar with Airsoft Madness, give them just a bit of an overview about what it is that you do.
Well, basically, I just mainly post gameplay videos of airsoft. Now, I try and play as often as I can and just get good gameplay videos. I mean, I only started about a year ago doing it.
Oh wow, cool.
I just like with the video inside of it anyway, and I just really enjoy it. I enjoy the editing side, so may as well share my experiences with other people and people that want to get into the sport. Really,
yeah. Get it? I think that's the great thing about airsoft is that it is a very community focused thing to do. And there's so many people from a lot of different backgrounds who, I don't know, they can share their experiences and just kind of like get more people involved. And people always find other people who have the similar experience to them. And then it like brings them together. It's like we're generating families and communities around it. It's really good. Like we actually met through your Facebook page that you host, isn't it? Because you'll do like kind of like dank memes and like a lot of content around the community. Like I think there's the UK Airsoft community groups are cool and like 2.0 and UK Airsoft, but I really enjoyed your page and was drawn to it because it just seemed to be more of a no politics, just for the fun and just sharing important airsoft kind of like news, which I thought it's something that I feel like was really needed in the scene.
Oh yeah, you get a lot of people where they focus on the negative side of stuff to get more attention, but it just puts a bad spin on airsoft. I think sometimes. You just want to see, you know, the good side of it, which is what I mainly see.
Exactly.
So.
No, I completely agree with that. I see. Had a couple of comments and videos the other day just saying like it's always just like good things. I mean, I'm prepared to call people out on their shit for sure, you know, but you know, I'd like to much more focus on the fun side and the happy side, and engage with people on those kinds of things because then you get more of a nice, I don't know, just a nice flow overall. But anyway. Intros aside, you said you've been playing airsoft for like about a year or so. So how did you actually get into airsoft?
Well, I first got into airsoft. It was one of my dad's mates, and he was back, easily about 11 years ago. And we were around my dad's mates for a party, and he came over. My dad's mate came over to us saying, "It's like, oh, do you want to see my guns?" I was like, "You what?" And he's opened his shed was just brimmed with it all around the wall. I'm like, "Oh my god! Like, what are these?" He's like, "Oh, it's Airsoft." I'm like, "What's that?" He's like, "Oh, I'll take you sometime." So I went along, and it was to Phoenix Airsoft.
Oh, okay.
So that was the first place I ever went, and that, like I say, is about 11 years ago. I first had a go, and I loved it.
Cool, man.
But I didn't really get a chance to play because I was 14, 15 at the time, and I couldn't really travel because there's not. I think the closest place I've got here is in Preston, and it's not. I can get to Preston that often. When I was 15, 16.
Yeah.
So.
But now you're an adult with adult money and adult access to adult things. You can like go whenever you want and buy within reason. I guess. Yeah. With adult responsibilities too. So you can't forget about them. But within reason, you are now your own boss. So you can do all the things that you couldn't do when you were a kid.
Oh yeah, definitely. I can just buy guns whenever I want, as long as the missus don't kill me first.
Well, that's what the secret bank account's for, isn't it? So what was you said that you went to like Phoenix was your first site you went to. Would you say that because I've seen you post quite a few videos from Anzio up there as well. Would you say like Phoenix is your favorite site, or is it just a site that's always going to have like a special place in your heart?
Yeah, I definitely have a special place in my heart because that was the first place I ever went. But my favourite outdoor at the minute is definitely Anzio, just the sheer scale of it. But I do prefer my close quarters as well because it's more fast paced and I enjoy that side of it.
Yeah, that's fair. I think from every now and again I enjoy CQB. Depending on the type of CQB, you get some sites where you go in there and it's literally just the whole like a game area. Oh, the whole game area is just like 1.5 meter wide corridors, and it's just like a maze. And every corner you go around, there'll just be someone there ready to spray you down. And I'm like, I don't really want to sign up for that kind of CQB. I like to sign up for like, village type games and like, the sites where there's like pallet built walls around the place or things like that. Not necessarily pallets, because I mean there's some really terrible sites with that where it's just like all rusted nails sticking out of things, and I'm not there for that. But are you like the proper like right up in your face CQB player, or are you like, I'd like to at least like 5 meters between us maybe?
It depends really. It depends how I'm feeling on the day. I mean, sometimes I do get like up close and personal with them, and to be fair, I'm usually the one that gets shot point blank in the face.
Oh, it happens to all of us at times, man. Oh, blimey!
Remember the last time I went to a close quarters one, and it was basically instead of everyone against each other, they had the marshals against everyone else.
That's cool.
The marshals were running around with a shotgun, so I was round this corner, and the marshal comes round the corner, literally, right in front of me, shotgun, three pellets straight to the chin, and started bleeding. I'm like, that one hurt.
Yeah, I bet, man. Oh, yeah. Were you wearing face pro at the time?
No, I just wear goggles. I get shot all the time in the face, but I just don't learn.
Okay. Very well. Mate, I'm going to do a little prayer for your teeth tonight. I'm going to be like, please keep his teeth safe. Oh, my days. Could you... Oh, man, it's just like, hit like 3 rounds on your chin. It could have been so easy for it to be like a little bit higher, and that would have been like, I'd like shudder to think. Oh, my days.
Oh. Well, the next time I go close quarters, I've got another gun that I'm going to use again because I've only used it once so far.
Okay.
This.
Oh God. I remember you talking about that. My days.
The last time I took it, one guy was unfortunate enough to keep coming out the same way, and I shot him about 3 times with it.
What rounds have you got in there? Have you got any like 40 mics, master mics, anything like that?
No, it's just me like me Muscats.
Oh, okay.
Cheap and cheerful ones. They're just hanging on the wall in those bits you sent us.
Hey, look at that! I've got one here as well. It's not on the wall, but I've got one of those things here. Where is it? Oh, look, there you go. Boom! Product placement time. If you want to have your 40mm grenades on the wall mounted like that, boom! Look at that. It just sits in there, nice and easy. There you go, easy. Check them out on the website. You'll love it, and you can do this as well.
There you go. You can see them.
Hey, look, there you go. You can see them on the wall there. Boom. There's also a nice magazine holster there and a Glock holster somewhere.
Oh, that's next to the desk just over here.
I feel like your room is just becoming a Project Airsoft showroom. Not that there's nothing wrong with that. I love it. I'm gonna have to start paying, endorsing you or something. Actually, speaking of which, there is the Airsoft Madness discount code for Project Airsoft, isn't it? What is it? It's Madness 10. Is that right?
Yeah.
There you go.
Madness 10.
There you go. So everyone, if you go to Project Airsoft and use the code Madness10, you get a 10% discount, and that's off everything all the time. So yeah, fun discount there. Remember that. And every time you use that code, he gets supported as well. So he gets money for it too. So yeah, support him, support us, use the code and save yourself some money. Right, sales aside, we'll keep falling back into the salesy thing. Let's ignore it. Let's go on. So you talked about your favorite site. What's your you showed the grenade launcher there? What's your your go-to loadout? What if you had to pick one thing? Let's say you didn't know what the site was going to be. What would be your most favorite optimal loadout that you would like to run?
It'd definitely be me M4 that I've got. Because I use that most of the time. I just love it.
Yeah.
So I've had it for a few months, but I just love it. Well, for a sidearm, I don't know. I've kind of got a selection up there.
You'd take your SSG 69.
Yeah. Well, I've got a fair few pistols, and it depends how I'm feeling on the day, depending what I'll take with me.
Yeah. No, that's fair. I get that. Like the M4 platform, it's so versatile, and you can run it however you want, really. And to be fair, you can get such good range and accuracy out of M4s if you know what you're doing, or if you've got pockets big enough to pay for it, then you can have really, really sick performing M4s. Like my Crytek CRB, wherever it is, I think it's down there. It's so super fun to run. Really, really enjoy using it, and it just works. Like, it's reliable. You can run around with it. You can bash it up if you want to, but it just works, really. Super fun you can have with it.
Oh yeah.
Do you do upgrades and stuff yourself? Like, do you play with the guns in that way, or are you just more of a get it and just use it as is?
Well, it's only recently I've got into the upgrading side of it. Mostly with the snipers, because I've got another sniper. It's M40 Spectre arms, and it just wasn't up to scratch when I got it. It just wasn't shooting that well. So I was like, right, I'm going to modify that because I looked online, all the VSR parts are compatible with it, which is quite handy. So I'll be ordering some of them soon.
That's good. I think that's probably one of the best things about the VSR platform, beside being like super comfortable and lightweight. The fact that it's got such a universality amongst sniper rifles within that scene, like it's just. Oh, it's handy. It's essentially like the you could say it's like the M4 of the sniper rifle world. Like, there's just so many different parts available for it, so you can really, it's not just that's the upgrade you get. It's you can choose from a host of different upgrades and really personalize your rifle. And I think personalization is something that is really important in Airsoft, because, first of all, when we joined, the whole like army man aspect is quite fun, but then after that you then become like, oh, I want to make it more mine. I want to spray it, I want to put tape on it, I want to camo it in my way, or maybe like add some leaves or something like that to make it look more the part. So yeah, I love the fact that there's so much. I don't know, like, people always go like freedom of expression doing stuff like that. I don't feel like you're expressing yourself. I think like you're making it yours, you're making it your own. Maybe that is expression, I don't know, but I feel like that, let me grab it. Like this is my Crytek M4 now, and I sticker bombed it just because part of me was like, I want to have fun with it, but at the same time I feel like it looks sick, and I'm really, really enjoying getting out in the field to use this when everybody's there with their camo dark black riffs and that, and I just rock up and I'm like, yeah boys, let's go. Like, it looks, I love it, man. It's so good. I mean, I feel like it's quite garish. There's probably going to be a lot of people who are going to be like, oh, it looks shit, but I love it, and I guess that's probably the whole point of doing things like that and making it yours.
Oh yeah, you got to make it your own, so you don't look like you're copying everybody going.
Exactly.
You got to put your own mark on it, basically. And,
Actually, a little behind the scenes for you, because when this goes live, it will already be done. But I'm going to do the exact same thing to my SSG 10A1. So by the time this goes live, this will be all sticker bombed up. I think that video should be going live Friday, or it went live on Friday. But I'm gonna sticker bomb the stock up on this. So it's just going to be the most garish sniper rifle ever. Because like walking around with the Hyper Beast SSG 96, people keep going like, "Oh, it looks terrible. Oh, it's not camo. People are going to see you." What do you think I did it for? Do you think I did it so I could be hidden? Come on now. It's like a stupid thing to say. Like I shared the video into some groups and people went, "Camo? Ha, that's rubbish camo." I'm like, I didn't even advertise it saying I put camo on it. I just said that I skinned it and that's it. And I bloody love that gun. I think it looks so sick. And I love the sticker bomb on the M4. So I've just got to do it to the SSG 10. I feel like it's a necessity.
That is going to look cool.
Oh, I hope it does. If it doesn't, I'm going to be really sad because I'm going to put the stickers on it. I'm going to spray it with that with the spray too. So Dan, if you're watching this, Dan's my my contact at Novritsch, by the way. So Dan, if you're watching this and I ask you for another stock, but it's not because I made the other one rubbish. It's because it broke from misuse. Yeah, that's definitely why. Oh man, so you got the grenade launcher that you got. And you got the snipe. Is there any other riffs, like in an ideal world, if say for example your missus was like, anything you want darling, what would be the number one riff at the top of your list for you to get? And it could be anything, like anything.
That's a bloody good question. That's a really good question. I have no idea. I've just got a list of stuff when I was at work the other week. Just watching the machine running, so I just made a list and I made about 40 odd guns I had listed down that I wanted. It's getting really expensive.
I'll tell you what my one would be, and then see if that helps with you. So I'd say if I could have one riff now, it would be to have a like Wolverine MTW Aero Stock DMR M4 sniper rifle. That's what I would be. Ooh, yeah. That's what I would like. Because I've spec'd out the price list for that. Oh, I just spat all over the microphone. I've spec'd out the price list for all of that. And it would probably be about anywhere like around the £1,600 mark, maybe more. Because just for like all the HPA aspects of it, that's like £700-800 alone just to get like the motor, the stock, all that stuff. It's literally not the motor, the engine. Sorry, the engine. Just to get that stuff for it, it's probably about £600-800 if you can even find it. And then you've got to buy your riff on top of that. So yeah, that would be if I could have any gun, that's what I would get. That's actually the reason why I got this cheeky Evotech upgraded Evo 3A1 DMR build, because I was like, I want to get a DMR. The one that I do want is that super expensive one, and I expect I'm probably not going to buy that anytime soon. So if I do want to run DMR, that's like the next best thing. You know, it's kind of like HPA, as you know, it's electric versus bolt pull. You can, yeah. So that's what my number one riff on the top of my list would be. So I mean, to be fair, if there's any companies out there that want to give me one, I would gladly accept it. Let's go.
Well, I've got another like M4/M16 coming on here. I can't get my words out. I've got an M4/M16 on its way at the minute, and that's going to be like my base platform for a DMR, because I do want one.
Oh, cool.
So, but a few of my mates have been trying to persuade me to get the G36 DMR, the sniper version.
God, what horrible friends you have. What horrible friends. I mean, first of all, anybody to recommend anyone to get a G36 just needs to be shot straight away. I mean, there's only two people that should use a G36: rentals and Belgians.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. I had a friend of mine who recently started playing. He was like, what should I get? What should I get? And he really liked the look of the G36. And I was like, don't get that. I was like, go M4. Go for the M4 platform, because if you go M4, it's super easy to modify it into a DMR. It's really easy to modify it into like a PDW, like short stubby thing. You know, you can adjust you're gonna put a big old spring in it, change the gearing to make it work for you on that. You can either change the gearing, make it high speed. and all of this stuff. And I was like, please go M4. And also, you're probably going to buy an M4 at some point in future, saying all the mags will be there, everything that you buy is going to be compatible. And then he ended up buying the G36 anyway. So Tom, I know you're watching this. I'm still a little bit sad about that, but at the same time, I bloody love the fact that you stuck to your guns and you got something that you really wanted, because that's what Airsoft's all about, doing what you want and getting what you like. So yeah, you're going to buy an M4 in future though, I guarantee you that. But in the meantime, have fun with the G36. Also, I'm sorry that we're in lockdown again now, because now it's going to be even longer until we get to go out and play. So you've got this. I think I know about 4 people who have never played Airsoft, and they've got brand new guns just sat there with them, waiting to get out and play. It must be really hard for them, my dude. It's so bad. So when with the Facebook page, why did you just decide to do that? Like, why? What made the light bulb go off and go, I'm going to make a Facebook page and entertain us all on the internet with it?
I don't know, really. It was just a spur of the moment thing, I reckon. I mean, it started off just posting the odd little, Airsoft video on YouTube now and again. Nothing amazing, just a quick 5-minute video I got on a cheap NAF GoPro that I had. And I just thought, somewhere to post it and just put what I want on there instead of, getting bombarded with loads of stuff. I just wanted something I can post and just have a laugh with.
For sure. Oh, cool, man. It sounds like you started it for the right reasons. Like, a lot of people start Facebook pages because you can if you spam it with easy regular content, still things from Reddit or whatever, you put it on there, build up a following, and then you can sell it on and stuff. There's just no heart or soul to pages like that. Whereas, like I said before, your page, I was just drawn to it because I felt like the content on there just came from a genuine place. There was no politics. It was just a good, honest, fun time.
Yeah, cheers, man.
You're welcome, dude. So with the posts, do you is it kind of do you always I have an idea, that'll be funny, and put that together? Or is it more a combination of coming up with ideas, posting your own content, and then seeing other things online which you're you know what, the world needs to know about this, so I'm going to share it?
I say a bit of both, really. I mean, most of the time it's just, me taking pictures of my guns, or me coming up with an idea. It's that like you say, that'd be funny to post or something like that.
Yeah.
Or when I see other stuff online, some of the stuff that you've posted on your Project Airsoft page, that's cool. I need to share that. That looks wicked.
Oh, thanks, man.
It's all right.
See what I mean? Airsoft Madness, you are a lovely, lovely man. Lovely, lovely chap.
Yeah.
I part of me is a little bit he just wants me to send him some free stuff though, but it's okay. We'll have a chat. Yeah, it's I'm not gonna say no. Oh, good stuff. Nah, seriously, I love the conversations that we have, because a lot of the time, the wall mounts that you've got, they were suggestions that you're hey, could you make this? And it's something which, it's something to a user to you that makes complete sense, but for me, I have 2. I just leave them in my bag the whole time. But you've got a big old 6-shot, 8-shot thingamabob, so you would really, really benefit from having some kind of wall mounted system. And then since then, I've that M4. Oh yeah, by the way, here's your 2 M4 wall mounts, all done, ready to go. So you can now you'll be able to mount your M4s on the wall too. Since then, I've also made one for the SRS, which is here. So your SRS, it goes in the SRS like that. You'd screw that to your wall, and you press the mag release button, and then you take it off, just like that. I need to make one slight change to this, though. I need to make this move that a little bit up that way. But yeah, so I've done that to there. Oh. And yeah, man, I might see if I can do one for the VSR as well. So that little suggestion from you kind of cascaded down, and then, just making things. And because I already make magazine type things for a lot of them, I've already got the majority of the project already made up. So it's super easy for me to finish them off and just add a wall mount to it. So I appreciate you. Thank you very much for asking for things, because it works and it helps out. So that's good. I love you for that. Thank you.
That's all right. Well, trust me, I'll have plenty more ideas. My mates are always asking me, he's could he make this? Could he make that? I was I'll ask him.
I can. Probably. Maybe. We'll see. So one of the things that I've got quite curious of, and I think maybe other people are curious of it, or maybe people will just assume that this is the case because it kind of makes sense. But something that I'm curious of for you is, do you think that gaming and airsoft are like related or crossover in some way? Because I've like seen videos online. I think there's quite a famous one where they go, does airsoft and like, is airsoft and real firearms using like the similar, where they've got an airsoft player who's never fired a real gun before and they take him on the range and he shoots and stuff. I think he ends up doing really well. So they go, yes, the skills are adaptable to each other. But do you think that gaming has any kind of like connection to airsoft or relation at all?
I think it definitely encourages people to start airsoft, because there's one thing playing with guns on your computer, but if you can get your hands on a gun that looks real, actually play like a live action version of Call of Duty. I mean, people jump at the idea. I mean, some of my mates they'd seen videos. They're like, "Oh, it was wicked." I'm like, they're saying, "Oh, it's like Call of Duty. I've got to go." I'm like, "Well, come along with me." So it definitely goes hand in hand. I'm very dark.
Yeah, a little bit. I agree with that, because I think one of the misconceptions though about airsoft, is one of the annoying things, is that I think people do expect it to be extreme. Oh, there you are. People do expect it to be a lot like the games. So I think the best example I can think of is red dot sights. When I started in a game, a red dot sight just looks like a perfect red dot laser type thing, and it's super easy to see people. But it's actually quite difficult to, first of all, find a red dot that's actually decent for your money, because most of them, the red dot kind of like bleeds out around a little bit, so it doesn't look as clean as the games, which makes you feel a bit sad. And just the general understanding it, learning how like parallax works. You need to make sure it doesn't get shot out. Of course, in real life, you probably wouldn't have to worry about that, because if your sight gets shot out, your head's probably going to be removed in the process. And, accidentally leaving it on and then your battery's dead when you go to use it the next time you go play. I think we're all probably people who have done that at least 12 times in our lifetimes. I know I've done that, which is why I always carry a huge supply of extra batteries with me. But I think that I think sniping is one of the areas where a lot of people go, I love sniping in games, I'm going to snipe in airsoft, and those are two incredibly different things. And I think that's why a lot of people, they'll buy a sniper before they even really understand much about airsoft, realize this is really hard, and then either they'll stop playing airsoft, or they'll realise it's probably just the sniping, and then they'll get like an M4 or a G36 and then start on that end of the spectrum. Do you think that's fair?
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, on the airsoft sniper community page that I started, the amount of people on there that will say, "I'm new to airsoft, never played before, I want to get a sniper," and it's the amount of people that just tell them like, "Don't do it."
Yeah, I do the exact same thing.
Like they even admit, it's like, "Oh, I always use a sniper on Call of Duty or Battlefield, and I want to do it in airsoft." It's like, it's not the same.
No, yeah. No,
it's one thing, controller to get a quick scope and stuff. But it's another thing in airsoft. You got to really practice it to get good at it.
Yeah, man. I mean, even like leading targets. Like, I think the gaming aspect is good, because depending on the game, if you're playing like Battlefield, then you learn more about how guns work in terms of a projectile, gravity, bullet drop, that kind of thing. In COD, you don't really have to worry about that, because wherever your crosshair is, that's where your bullet's going to go. So at least if you're playing Battlefield and there's a target far away running, you know that you need to kind of like aim up and to the left of them, so then you're accounting for the bullet drop and the time it takes to get to them to match up with the shot. So that kind of stuff is definitely transferable. And like, if you can hit a moving shot like that in airsoft, first of all, it feels really great that you did it. But second of all, because they're running, they probably didn't feel it, which is also the most frustrating thing as well. Because you'll do a shot and you'll be like, I need to tell people about this and I want people to see it. And then you look around and there's nobody there. And even if there was someone, they probably wouldn't care. I mean, that's one of the reasons why I started doing videos, because if you show it in the gameplay video, people can go, that looks sick. And it's not just you going, I did a really good shot, I promise. Oh, you can actually show people it. Oh. Like, so with that then, if gaming and airsoft is related, do you think that FPS, so first person shooter players, would be better at airsoft than non-gamers? or non FPS players?
Yeah, I'd say so. I mean, in certain games, I mean, I wouldn't, like you say, like in Battlefield, you learn more your tactics, I suppose. Like your missions your missions actually on the game instead of multiplayer. Like you got to do certain things right, like sneak around and everything. So it definitely does.
That's a good point.
Like what to do, I suppose.
I suppose it's like you said, like with Battlefield as well. Whenever you play multiplayer, it forces you to be in a squad. So it's already kind of recommending you to, be with your team, work with them to achieve a goal. And like, you can spawn squad, you can squad spawn. So you can spawn like on a team and you go right into the combat. I think when I played it, I didn't really ever focus too much on helping my squad unless it was like friends in the squad. But at least it's like, there's like a core mechanic there, which is at least like, you're a part of this team. You should be trying to help your little squad of people, as opposed to just running around the map and crashing, planes into tanks and, all of those fun suicidal things, which we all love to do.
Yeah, so I'd definitely say, first person shooters do help, people that want to play airsoft. Like they've learned some techniques at least.
I think at the moment, they probably help. Because we can't actually go out and play because of lockdown, they probably help in a little bit of like, I don't know, chasing the dragon, because we can kind of be almost in that kind of environment where hello we can kind of almost be in that simulated combat environment online, even though it's not the same thing as airsoft, but it's still kind of like, I don't know, we can kind of practice different strategies, whether it's going to be sneaking around and trying to flank a team, or if we want to try and go head on and take them out and then push that way. So I guess it helps, but it's not perfect, but at least it's something, I suppose.
Yeah, definitely.
Cool.
Yeah, definitely.
So with kind of coming back to that, I mean, how would you say that the virus that must not be named, how has that affected your airsofting life at the moment?
Oh, it's just rubbish, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like I said before, I've got guns that I've not even seen a day out with them yet.
Yeah.
I've got guns on the wall that I've never been taken to a game. Just sat there collecting dust at the minute. I've only been able to go to probably six games this year at most.
Oh, well, 6 games in 2021 is pretty good, to be fair. But 6 games in 2020 is yeah. Sorry, I had to do that. Don't worry, it's going to take me a few months to get used to it. Usually by the time of like May, June, I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, it is now the next year. But until that point, I'm usually pretty slow with it. But yeah, I mean, I think thinking back actually, because we in January to like mid-Feb is super cold and the weather's really rubbish, and then March time we had our first lockdown, and then from that point onwards it was a little bit here and there-y, and then we had our second lockdown, and it was just, yeah, it was actually quite hard. I think, to be fair, managing to get out for 6 game days last year probably wasn't a bad too bad of a score to get, really.
Yeah, I suppose.
Yeah, I mean, I guess we'd always want to be getting out more than that, but hopefully this year, I've got my fingers crossed. There you go, fingers are crossed that we get to go out more for more games this year. Speaking of which, is there anything in particular that you're looking forward to this year? Either like on the Facebook side of things, the YouTube side of things, the Airsofty side of things. Like you said, you got a new gun coming, so is that going to be like a project for you that you're going to be like building while we're locked down, or like anything at all? Let's get some positivity into the video.
Well, I say that the main thing I'm looking forward to, but dreading at the same time, is well, I won't say dreading, but looking forward to is me stag do, because I'm getting married later this year.
Oh, amazing!
So for me stag do, one of your mates suggested, and this is a bit I'm dreading. Okay. It's gonna hurt. They want me to dress up as a stag, so like a deer.
Oh, okay. And like go deer hunting at Airsoft.
Yeah, they're gonna have.
Oh, that's sick.
Great. And they said, but when they find me, they're gonna tie it around my legs and hang me from a tree, so it's like they've actually caught a stag sort of thing.
Oh, dude, that's amazing. Oh, that's amazing.
That should be interesting.
Make sure there's some kind of like video or pictures of that, because I'd love to see you like dressed as a stag hanging from a tree, and like I guess like as you're swinging around, I can just imagine them just going like pop, pop.
Yeah. I'll be making sure I get plenty of video and photos.
I expect to see them all on the Facebook pages, and a video as well. Let's see, like, although to be fair, what happens on a stag stays on a stag, so that is something that I utmost respect as well. But at the same time, like just send like a private picture. I'd like to see. I'd like to see you just dressed as a stag swinging from a tree.
It's going to be good. I mean, we're still not decided where we're going to go, like which airsoft site we're going to, but
yeah,
that'll be at some point we decide.
Fair play, dude.
What about you though? You got anything looking forward to?
Well, it's not this year, but I actually got engaged at the end of last year, so that's lovely. So we're looking at stuff next year. But I think this year I'm just super excited about doing more content, really kind of like growing the channel, because at the end of last year it kind of started to go a lot more faster. Essentially, from the time that I decided to start uploading daily, which, you know, isn't really a surprise, that it started to do better as opposed to one every whenever. I'm loving making content. I love the fact that it helps people, and that people really like it and appreciate it. So I'm super excited for growing the channel, doing more content, hopefully working with more companies out there as well. Like we're working with Novrich at the minute with like rifle-y kind of bits. I'm curious to see where we can expand that relationship to. But I've had a couple of like little chats with other people, not necessarily in the airsoft scene, but I want to see if I can like try and facilitate new companies moving into the area in specific places where I feel like there's a gap in the market, which I can't personally do anything about. So yeah, it sounds a little bit but it's cool. Hopefully it all comes off and it all works well, because it's they're things which will really help, especially the content side of airsoft. So yeah, hopefully things will go well and stuff will go good. But yeah, essentially this year I'm just super hyped that we ended the year with like so many more subs than we had, you know, even 2 months before. And yeah, I'm really excited. Also got some really exciting like plans or exciting plans and cool things that Mustang and Nico we want to kind of like put together and do and work on together. So that's also something which I'm really excited for. So we shall see. We've already kind of like started on that a little bit with when I went to Phoenix Airsoft with all the cool high quality video stuff that's been going on. So we've got some plans for what we want to do there, and that's very exciting as well. Like, they're really good guys, and I'm happy to be more than happy to be like involved in that kind of area. So yeah, there's a lot of really good things in 2021 that are gonna take place, and I'm super excited for it. Hopefully all this virus stuff can just get out of the way and then we're done with it. But that stuff aside, when we get back to fields again, yeah, really excited for it. It'll be good. It'll be very, very good.
Sounds good.
Cheers, man. Yeah, like I think it'll be cool. The other thing as well that I'm excited about, Airsoft t-shirts. Boom! Look at that. They're on I've got a load of them. They're all on the website too. Another sales pitch, but yeah, go check it out. In the link, you can buy fun t-shirts like this. I don't know why I'm doing a muscly arm thing, but yeah, pew pew pew. Oh, I've also got that "Don't Be a Dick" t-shirt too, which I quite like. The "Call Your Hits" one. That's a big favourite.
I do like that one. I do like that. That t-shirt is cool.
Oh, cheers, man. Yeah, I want to do some more designy bits, but it's just trying to find the time between doing the airsoft content, making sure that all the products and stuff are being done. I've been working on the machines recently. Both of them I've like finished upgrading, but I need to do some more stuff with them just to get them like up and running properly, like even more efficiently and higher quality printy bits. So like one of my items, which takes about 9.5 hours to print, I've managed to increase the print quality and reduce the print time by about half. Or 50, yeah, it's like 50% less time now. So yeah, I want to do more stuff like that and see if I can, yeah, just make it much more efficient. Then hopefully when eventually we take the world by storm, we'll be good. So so yeah, but yeah, lots of stuff to look forward to with all the stuff that's, you know, there's a lot of negativity at the minute in the world on the whole, and I think that we're all a part of putting a little bit of positivity out there. So thank you for everything that you're doing because I enjoy your content. I love your Facebook page. And as a personal kind of note, I love the chats that we kind of have because it's just very helpful for everyone. So, yeah, cheers, dude. I appreciate you. You're a good lad.
And you, mate.
Aww. Stop it. Stop it. All right. So, is there anything else you'd like to say before we wrap it up at all?
I don't know. Unless you got anything you want to tell everyone. I don't know.
Not really, no. I've got some new items that are going to be coming out. I've got a really cool one, which I'm going to be sending to you to test, but that's not public knowledge at this point in time. But it's going to revolutionize the world. But apart from that, that's going to be us done today. So thank you, Airsoft Madness, for coming on and having a chat with me today. Really, really appreciate you taking the time out to come and have a little chat.
Yeah, cheers for having us, mate.
And thank you to everybody out there watching today. Really, really appreciate you. Also, just adding a shout out to all my Patreons. Again, thank you so much for supporting the content and the channel. Couldn't do this stuff without you. And we've got the draw for the £50 Project Airsoft voucher and the Airsoft Guns Manufacturer L96 sniper rifle at the end of this month. So if you want to get involved in that, head over to the Patreon, link will be below, and join the Airsoft Legend tier. It's only £12 and you'll be entered into the draw to win like gear, which is amazing. And there's a draw every single month, so let it run and you'll be potentially winning stuff every single month, which is great. So yeah, there you go. Boom. End a little bit done. Thank you very much, Airsoft Madness. Thank you for watching. Remember to call your hits and we'll see you in the next one.